Hi everybody, it's Jackie Schomburg-Abstract. I am making this video. The first part of this video is for all the people and all the controversy over how dirty and awful my gel plate is. So, before your eyes, I will clean it. It will not be 100% clean by the end of the video, but it will be, I'm gonna go 80% cleaner. Okay, so if you were very concerned with my gel plate last time, rest assured, it will be cleaner at the end of this video. Today I'm going to do collage paper. I've got some great new stencils from new friends at PM Artist Studio. They are in Texas in the United States, and they sent me some wonderful stencils that you'll see soon. And I also used some yarn and some packaging, some sweet potato netting that didn't turn out so well, but I gave it a shot. So if you've been looking for a collage tutorial, collage paper tutorial, this is your video. Okay, so you got gel plate cleaning, check, double check, and stencils on the gel plate, as well as just some free form random stuff that I'm using to make some cool paper. All right, stay tuned, and there will be a part 2 of this video that shows you what I make from all of these things. All right, enjoy. And if you have not already seen my workshop signups, you can go to JackieSchomburg.com/workshops, and that will get you a free pass into my 2 free sessions I have, one in July and one in September, 2 free 2-hour workshops. And then my 5-week workshop on collage and process art will be starting up in September. All right, take care, everybody.
Guys, I know it's gross. Okay? I promise I have not severely mistreated my gel plate, but yes, I acknowledge that it has way too much history on it still. And I have never once cleaned it with baby oil until today. So, for all of you who were offended on behalf of my gel plate, I am cleaning it. Look at that, it's already getting better. It's already clear instead of really, really dark. It's probably time to get a new one anyway because I've been storing it between the 2 sheets of acetate that it comes in, and didn't know for the first several years that I'm not supposed to necessarily do that because any air pockets show up as marks on the gel plate then when you print. So I've been meaning to get a new one anyway. So I haven't been really, really attentive to this one, but I figured if I made another video with the same dirty gel plate, I might create a riot. So alas, I'm going back and forth on each side because I can't quite tell where the worst of it is. But it's really not, I mean, wasn't that big of a deal. I went from a totally gross gel plate to probably one that's only 20% gross, which I think is a huge improvement. 100% down to 20%. I think I'll give myself a pat on the back for that. And all the edges are just some crusty paint from ages of not cleaning the edges. When I finally just poured it on and moved around with my hand, I could see as I moved my hand around that the oil was getting discolored because it was picking up more paint. You can almost actually see it in the video too. There's still definitely some paint on the surface, but I did want to make some collage paper today, so I did not go through every single little piece. But I mean, look at this, guys. It's so much better. So much better. Don't you agree? It's such an improvement. So I'm putting this paper on top because I've totally soaked the bottom of my paper that's on my desk. So there's a fresh piece right now. But I put the paper underneath to absorb some of the oil so it doesn't leave a nice big greasy square on the paper on my desk. I just have white butcher paper. Now, these are my new amazing stencils. My new buddy Mariah, thanks Mariah, sent these to me, and I will put a link to their website. Actually, not their website, their Instagram. It's just at PM Artist Studio, and that's for Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. So these are so cool. These are like the two that are matching but different sizes are rune blocks, RUNE, like the old Scandinavian runes, excuse me. And I love them. And then the other small circles that look a little bit citrusy, those are called prayer wheels, which I also love. And I'm using white, which is not the best for video, so I apologize right off the bat, doing something that's hard to see. But you can see it when I pull it up, right? I've recognized in my own jelly art making that the second pull, I'm not really using those collage papers. So in this case, I'm using these scraps that I had when I cut my tissue paper to size. And I really like that actually, because now I have smaller sheets that I can just keep with my smaller sheets of collage. And if it turns out that the second pull didn't pick anything up all that great, then I just throw them away. No big deal. I changed to black, which you will be able to see much, much better. And this is just using all of this similar shape vibe in here. Again, the 3 sheets of, more of a scrap paper, but it's coming out really well. So all I'm doing to do these, to take these pulls, is put down a small amount of golden open acrylic paint using a brayer to spread it around. If you haven't done this before, you'll get a feel of what's too much. You don't need all that much paint. You just need to spread it evenly. And if you think you might have too much, you can just offload some of the paint from the brayer onto a piece of paper and then go back over it with a layer. You'll see me do this right there. And what that does is the brayer will continue to pull a little bit more paint and spread it around, and it'll work out nicely for you. This is now this little Paris map stencil on the left side, which is also from PM Artist Studio. It's so cool. You guys, I love stripes. I love lines. I love randomness. So these made me super happy. And then the ghost print came out really cool too. And there's always such an awkward, for me, it feels awkward with this. I want to clean my gel plate, but I don't really want to make prints that are so pale that it's not obvious in my work, because my work is, when I use a stencil, I want it to be bold. I don't use many subtle things. And I just love any kind of line. So this now is a different type of line. This is some packaging. I can't remember what fruit it was. Maybe some limes, a bag of limes. So it's really, really thin netting that it's hard to have it not move, to be honest. But, as soon as you push down, it moves, and then it looks a little bit blurry. But the ghost print came out pretty well. And this is me just picking up the rest of that paint to get it off my gel plate. Same here. I like experimenting with different netting and different types of shapes. This I was just trying to get some of the paint off of the back of the stencils. So the gel plate was not necessary at all. It just held the stencils for me. I love a good black and white collage paper. So I spend most of my time using black. Obviously, you can use any color you want. This is from a bag of sweet potatoes, that red netting. Wasn't sure how it was going to turn out. And I didn't love it, quite frankly. I didn't take the time to make a single layer, so it's a double layer of netting. But I still like the texture that it gave me, so I'll still keep it and I'll find a use for it somewhere. One of my favorite things to do is just take some yarn and let it fall however it falls on the jelly plate. Again, line. I love lines. So you can do anything you want. You can use, you can use anything to make a mark on a jelly plate. And the more you practice and the more things you try, the more you'll learn what you like the most, and then the more you can do it. You can see this is nothing overly complicated. I'm just taking some balled up yarn. And because I'm using white after I used black, there's definitely a lot of black still on my jelly plate since I'm using the open paints. It's still active. So it's coming out a strange, dirty, light gray color. But look at this ghost print. Kind of neat. Now this is the Titan Green Pale, or this is just nice celadon green. And this is one of my stencils from a long time ago. Thought I'd mix and match a bit. I try not to let any of the area of the gel plate go, be wasted. So you can see I threw some yarn in at the end just to fill in that corner. And again, this ghost print had some black in it as well. So now my goal is to just get more of the black off the gel plate. And I'm just wiping these off with a baby wipe. When you wipe it off on the paper, you can see that the color spreads around. So it makes this weird watercolory image with the stencil that's kind of cool. It looks very hand painted somehow. I think it's funny that I was spending time trying to get the black off, and then I went right back to black. And now this is one of my favorites of the day because I love a good yarn swirl, loop-de-loop. I don't know. Clearly these are technical terms. It looks so good and so crisp. And then even the second pull I really like. It shows a lot more depth to the black. This is just to get some of the black off. But even those came out well. And then the ghost print came out really well too. So I'm going to show you some of the black prints that I made in a minute, because the white prints honestly aren't going to show up very well because everything I have here is white. So these are the black prints that I made. I love these stencils. Again, PM Artist Studio. So cool. And I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, let me know. What is the coolest thing that you guys have used on your gel plate? Or what would you like to use? I would love to hear about it. If you have not subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe, please. I would love to have you continue watching. And have a great day.